Trump, who has made a tough stance on immigration a centerpiece of his presidency, has staunchly defended his administration's actions. He has cast blame for the family separations on Democrats, although his fellow Republicans control both chambers in Congress and his own administration implemented the current policy of strict adherence to immigration laws. The president has sought to link an end to the family separations to passage of a wider bill on immigration, which would include funding for his long-sought border wall with Mexico, prompting Democrats to accuse him of using children as hostages. In his remarks, he endorsed both House immigration bills that build the wall, close legal loopholes, cancel the visa lottery, curb chain migration, and solve the border crisis and family separation issue by allowing for family detention and removal, White House spokesman Raj Shah said of Trump. An unidentified person yelled an obscenity at the president before he entered the meeting. Earlier on Tuesday, the president tried again to blame Democrats for what he called loopholes in the law that require families detained for entering the country illegally either to be separated or released. These are crippling loopholes that cause family separation, which we don't want, he said in remarks to the National Federation of Independent Business, adding he wanted Congress to give him the legal authority to detain and deport families together. Bill would prevent some separations. House Republicans were working on a revised draft of one version of an immigration overhaul that would prevent family separations in some cases for those attempting an illegal border crossing for the first time, according to a House Republican aide. The draft bill was seen just days ago as unlikely to pass, but has gained support in the House, and it was unclear whether the new language about preventing family separations would improve its chances for passage. Both Republican bills under discussion, which have been blasted by Democrats and immigration advocacy groups, would fund the border wall and reduce legal migration, in part by denying visas for some relatives of U.S. residents and citizens who are living abroad, sometimes referred to as chain migration. The more conservative bill from Representative Bob Goodlatte would also deny Dreamers, immigrants brought illegally to the United States as children, the chance of future citizenship. Several hundred protesters marched in New York City, chanting, "Keep families together." Ann Heaney, 74, a retired teacher, held a sign that read, "Children do not belong in cages." Maybe Trump and Pence do. Two top U.S. business groups, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the Business Roundtable, decried the separation policy on Tuesday and called for its immediate cessation. "My heart goes out to the impacted families," said J.P. Morgan Chase and co-chief executive Jamie Dimon, who chairs the Business Roundtable, in a memo to the bank's employees. "Fixing these issues will clearly boost the economy," he added. Microsoft Corp CEO Satya Nadella called the policy cruel and abusive in an email to employees that was posted on. He also said the company is not working on any projects with the U.S. government related to separating children from their families at the border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said on Tuesday that 2,342 children had been separated from their parents at the border between May 5 and June 9. Parents who are referred by border agents for prosecution are held in federal jails, while their children are moved into border shelter facilities under the custody of the Office of Refugee Resettlement, a Department of Health and Human Services agency. Legislative possibilities. A number of Republican senators called on Trump on Tuesday to allow families to stay together if they had crossed the border illegally, and Senate leaders said their chamber could have legislation to address the family separations matter in a matter of days. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said, "We hope to reach out to the Democrats and see if we can get a result, which means making a law and not just get into some kind of sparring back and forth that leads to no conclusion," he said. Top Democrats contended that Trump could change the policy with the stroke of a pen. Decrying internment camps, Democrats and their supporters disrupted a U.S. congressional hearing on Tuesday about an FBI probe. With the sound of a young child crying in the background, the top Democrat on the House of Representatives Judiciary Committee, Gerald Nadler, broke from traditional protocol and started reading from a statement, saying, "These children are not animals." His Republican colleagues tried to shout over him, "Out of order."